Oh, hello, there you are again. Thank you for joining me. Tonight we're going to do a card reading for you called Will You Ever Find Real True Love? Will you ever find real true love? No credits, no theme tune. Let's pick a card stack now. What about that one there? No, let's try that one there. We're going to do 4 packs of cards for you. Pick a card reading. I'm sure you already know that. Will you ever find real true love? Right, this is a pick a card reading, as I said, and it means it's a timeless reading. That means you'll find it when it's time for you to find it. Spirit guides will get you to find this reading at the right time. Could be now, could be next year. And it means that if the spirit guides have got you to find this reading, there will be a message in here for you somewhere, whichever pack you choose. So will you find real true love? And at the end we're going to use some oracle cards to see if they confirm what I've just told you. I hope I've done this right. We might have to recount some of these. I can't count when I'm talking. So, my name's David Charles, International Psychic Medium. And I'm here for you to help you. That's my job. A special welcome to those of you who are alone, especially if you're lonely. I'm here for you. I can always be here to drive you mad. You can watch my channel anytime. So, here we have the numbers. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one do you fancy? Go with your intuition, relax, meditate, whatever it takes. Pick a lucky number, freeze the frame, phone a friend, ask your mates, but pick 1, 2, 3 or 4 and we'll get on with it. I'll mark below the timestamps so you can go straight to the number you chose without listening to all the other stuff. Now I'm going to keep all the best stuff till the end, so don't go away anywhere. I always tell you the bad stuff first, and then the night we like to end on a happy note. So number 1. If you chose this, number 1, this is for you. Will you ever find real true love? Perhaps some of you have found it. If so, I'm so pleased. I'm very excited with this one for start off, because this one, there are a few faults and a few, not faults, but a few negatives, but once you overcome them, as all readings, you will find that it will be okay. There's a few messages coming from Spirit here about starting again. It may be that you're starting again with a previous lover. That comes through a lot these days. I don't know why. But it looks like a new start. Have you decided to make it up and try again with somebody? Could be a boyfriend, could be a girlfriend. It could just be a friend, of course. But will you ever find true love? Not in the short term, no, you won't. I think some of you, number 1, already have it. That's why I'm probably not getting that message. But I'll find out in a bit. But at the moment, it looks like there's undercovers, there's conspiracy going on around you somewhere. It could be from his friends if it's a man we're looking at. But there may be people who are not necessarily meaning to, but causing problems for you in the coming months. Maybe not yet, so don't worry about it too soon. But I think at the moment, you're having to juggle with your feelings. I think at the moment, number 1, you may not really know quite what you want to do with this connection, if and when it comes, if you've not already had it. I don't see you at the moment, at this moment in time, with your soulmate, but as I keep repeating, this will not apply to everybody. There'll be a message here for you somewhere, but excuse my own itch, if this doesn't resonate with you, ignore that and just take on what does. Or pick a different card stack, or have a different reading off my channel. There's dozens of them. But at the moment, I think you're thinking of rekindling something or making up that may have been a little bit of a falling out, some of you. Once again, I repeat, this may not be yet. This could be in the coming weeks and months. But a reconciliation is possible, and I think you'll be advised by a lady in spirit. A lady that's passed over to the other side. Do you know who she is? Could be an old granny, could be a sister or someone you lost that went too young. Or it could be, number 1, somebody from before you were even born that is with you, I believe, at this very moment, wherever you are now. They've got you to watch this video. So you could be in the car, you could be in your lunch break, you could be in the bath, you could be in the countryside or lying on a beach having this reading. But this spirit guide is with you right now. They have messages for you. There are undercurrents of, not nastiness, But people who may have an interest in keeping the two of you apart. Now that can sometimes be, excuse me, with your boyfriend, it can be his mates down the pub. With girls, it could be her girlfriends saying, oh, what do you see in him? He's not good enough. But that's a type of thing. I'm not saying that's what it is. But there may be undercurrents of people that have more to gain. Not jealousy, not jealous of you, but they've got more to gain if you two don't get together. And I'm sure some of you, number one, will know exactly what I'm talking about. You can overcome that if the other person has the strength to see through it. They may be being led astray. They may be a bit weak-willed and easily led astray. I do not see a betrayal here, number one. I don't think you're being betrayed with another woman or another man. I don't think you're betraying either. There's no temptation coming through this. But there is a lot of grace, a lot of peace and tranquility ahead of you. So if you've had a fraught time, number one, I think the spirit messages that I'm getting now, I think they're saying to me that this is going to improve. I'm not saying you'll ever find real true love, but not everyone does. I'm only looking a few months ahead, but looking at the moment, it could be that you're picking the wrong type of partner sometimes. And it can take a couple of weeks to find out. It can take 20 years to find out. You can be with the wrong person. I always say, and I'll continue to say, it's not ideal to find your lover on the internet or on a dating site or Lonely Hearts Clubs. That is never ideal, because if the spirit guides are planning a lover for you, and they will, believe me, then you meet one on the internet, you will not meet the one you're meant to meet, and you can spoil things for years and years. You may be in that position at the moment, number one. However, if there's a man out there, if you're a man and you're looking for a lady, there's a lady coming. That's pretty much a certainty. I think a lot of you out there are girls, ladies, and if that's the case, then there's a lover coming. It may be, for some of you, another lady, if you're looking for a same-sex partner. But the way it stands now, I believe that there is a special person coming for you, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. A special person coming for you that is youngish, maybe not too young. They're young at heart. They've got spiritual connections. They may be interested in this kind of thing. I think you're going to need to sort out a few things along the way, number one. Finances, for a start off. I think finances have been a juggling act recently, and they may continue to be like that for a while. However, I think when you meet this person, and you may have already done so, you'll be travelling somewhere together. That will be very, very romantic. You may just be mates to start with, you may just be friends, but I believe this is going to turn into a romance. I'm not saying that you're definitely going to find real true love, because it's not in the reading. I'm not going to tell you fibs. But things that are not in the reading doesn't mean they're not going to happen. If I say I didn't see you at the cup final, doesn't mean you weren't there. There was 20,000 people there, but it's not always revealed, put it that way. But there are no warnings here, number one. There's nothing here to say don't do this. Don't try a new lover, or don't try and rekindle the one you've got. If you're thinking of reuniting and forgiving and forgetting, then do it. The spirits want you to do that. If that's the case, it may not be the case with all of you, but if that's the case, and you're both considering giving it another go, forgiving the mistakes you've made in the past, you're forgiving him or her, he or she is forgiving you, and you're going to try again. I can see that can work for you. I think you'll find peace, more peace and tranquility than you used to have. I don't think you were arguing all that much. I think a lot of the time, quite the opposite. I think a lot of the time, number one, you weren't speaking enough. You may have got a bit used to each other and become a bit quiet. And you end up, if you're not careful, like brother and sister. That's lovely, brother and sister, but it's not good for a love affair. It's no good just ending up like mates. You want to be with your lover, your soulmate. It's not a definite, but it's looking positive if you play your cards right. Check out your finances. Make sure you're not being fleeced by someone on the internet or people knocking the door selling things. Don't buy rubbish from eBay and places like that. Because I'm worried about your finances, number one. I think you're doing a bit of a balancing act. There's nothing here to say that you're going to be destitute. And I think if the two of you make it back together, if you are, as I've described, thinking of that, the doubling or the joining together of finances will be a great blessing for you both. I really believe that. I don't see interference from other people that is intentional. I don't necessarily see interference from children, because that can be the case sometimes. I don't really see any blockages that need, like a jet wash. This is okay, but there are a few things missing. I know you know what I mean, number one. There's a few things missing, and you've got to put some fireworks into this romance if you reunite, if that's the case. If it's a new lover, then that's different. I think you've got the new lover coming, some of you, as I've mentioned, and that will bring peace and tranquility as well. So I'm picking up seaside, the beach, the sea, water. So the travelling the two of you may do could be to the coast or even over the sea. And I think that's really good too. I really think that the spirits are telling me, number one, that you've got something missing here, and you may need, I can't do it for you, but you may need to work out what it is. Often when you see something missing in a reading, it's love that's missing, but this is not the case. There's something missing here. I've got a jigsaw in front of me, number one, and I've got a piece missing, and I can't work out what it is. And I know that you will know. You know what it is. I can see by looking at your eyes. You know what it is. You've got lovely eyes, by the way. There's something missing here. Just joking, of course. No, I'm not joking. I can see you. There's something missing here, number one. And once you sort that out, I think there are no blockages that can't be overcome. If there's people who benefit from you two being apart, it could be mother-in-law, it could be future mother-in-law, it could be an ex-mother-in-law who doesn't want him to come back or doesn't want her to come back, then you may have to deal with that and sort that out. If you want a proper reading with it, a full-length reading on the telephone from anywhere in the world, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and if I'm not free on there, one of my team will help you, and they're brilliant, and I only employ the best, so they've got to be good to get in my team. But if I'm free, I'll read for you from anywhere in the world. That's davidcharlespsychic.com, number one. Have a look at that. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm going to do 4 oracle cards now to see if it tallies up with what I've told you. These have been shuffled, so I don't know what's coming up. They're new to me, these. Sent to me by one of my clients. Very kind lady. Thank you very much again. This is a water card to start with. Look at the water there. Can you see that? It's very nice. This card comes out a lot. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. This card seems to come out every reading I do. So, let's get that again, number one. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. That's right now. That's why I know there's a spirit guide with you. Expect miracles. That's an old saying, isn't it? Don't expect miracles, but this reading is saying expect miracles. So number one, there's good things coming. I'm not picking up exactly what they are. I'm not picking up that you'll definitely find real, true love. But that, I've got to say, in my opinion, is quite rare. We don't all end up like Cinderella running off into the sunset on a white horse. We're more like someone out of a soap opera, some of us. Let's have a look at the second one. This is a fire card. Oh, that's nice. A lot of candles there on water. What about that? This one says to me, for you, see the energy of love in all its forms, such as angels, auras and visions. So what they're saying to me is this. It's strange how this ties in. It means to them, to the spirit world, love is not always about a physical partner with you all the time and, as I said, riding off into the sunset. Love has energy in all forms. See the energy of love in all its forms, in all of its forms, such as angels, auras and visions. So it's saying to me that if you have any psychic ability, number one, go with it, trust it, don't think everything's coincidences, because it isn't, and follow the feelings of love in other things not just in people, but of course you want to love a person. That's why you're watching this, I presume. Let's try, this is a water card, this one, again. Open your heart and mind to those around you. So, it's telling me that your lover may be with you soon or already around you. I did say earlier that you may be with someone who's just a friend. This is tying up with what I said. It's confirming what I said. As I said, these have been shuffled. I don't know what's coming up with these, or with any of them. So, open up. I need the bike for this. Open up your heart and mind to those around you. That doesn't mean that you've got to let everybody in. You have to be a little bit cautious. But open up your heart and your mind, and you may find that true love is right by you already. In fact, some of you may already have it, as I said earlier. That may be why it's not in the reading, because you may already know. Another water card. Now she looks peaceful, doesn't she? Look at that. You're in touch with your truth. Trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. How about that? You're in touch with your truth. You know what's going on. Trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. So, if there is a person around you that you fancy that's just a friend, assert yourself. You may need to ask him out or her out, because they may never do it. They may be too shy. They may think you're just mates, or they may think that you're too good for them, or too young for them, or too old for them. They may be hesitant in coming forward. So they're saying to you, number one, assert yourself. I hope you enjoyed all that. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I could do with all the subscribers I can get. Helps the channel to come along and helps me do videos like this for you. And I'll be doing them normally every 2 days. Please click the bell icon as well. And click that like thing, the thumbs up thing, because that helps. And share me with your friends. But the main thing, number one, please comment below, because I do like to see the comments. I do answer all of them. If you've got any questions for me, ask them below in the comment section down there somewhere. And I'll answer all of them for you. No matter where you are, you could be in New Zealand, New York, or the New Forest. And we are here, of course, tonight in beautiful North Devon in England. So thank you for that. Number one, I'm going to move on now and take a look for you at number 2. If you chose number 2, this is for you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did miscount. There's an extra one there. Can't talk and count at the same time, me. That's the trouble. Will you find true love, number 2? Will you ever find true love? It's getting a bit... There's some good stuff in this one. I'll tell you at the end. Stay to the end, number 2. And thank you for joining me. My name's David Charles, International Psychic Medium. And a special thank you for those who are watching this alone, especially if you're lonely. I do care. But let's have a look. You're going to get some good stuff here. Number 2, I think you will find true love. I really think you'll find real true love. The spirits have got you to watch this. This is a timeless reading. So if you found this today, next week or next year, it's because the spirits want you to find it. That means, number 2, there will be a message in here for you somewhere. It may not all resonate with you, but some of it will. Take in what does and ignore what doesn't, because the stuff here is good. And you've got things here. I'll tell you the bad stuff first. I don't think, number 2, that you've had it easily, not just recently, but ever. I think some of you, not all of you, it's a general reading, but some of you, number 2, have had a tough time in the past. Some of you have made many, many sacrifices, and I mean big ones. There could be divorces, maybe abortions, that sort of thing. Not for all of you, of course. You may have given up jobs that you needn't have done for romance. You often hear of ladies training to be nurses, and then they get married and throw the whole lot away, and then the marriage fails. So things like that can happen. And I think, number 2, you have made many sacrifices. Whether you're a girl or a chap, it makes no difference. And those sacrifices are going to be paid back. And they will. They're in debt to you. In other words, the universe owes you something now, and it will come back. And most psychics, witches, mediums believe that karma, which is what it is, comes back threefold. So if you've been bad, you're going to pay 3 times. If you've been good, you're going to get 3 times rewarded. And I believe, number 2, that you're going to get 3 times rewarded because you've had some good stuff. There's an amazing amount of psychic activity around you at the moment, number 2. The spirits that got you to watch this are almost certainly with you right now. Wherever you are, I keep saying, you could be at work, in your lunch break, in the park, on the beach, or even in the bath or in bed. But wherever you're watching this, the spirits are with you. At least one spirit is with you, and it's a man in nearly every case. You've got a man here, well, a male, it could be a youngster actually, but you've got a male in spirit that passed away. It could have been last week, it could have been many years ago, it could have been before you were even born, but you have a male spirit guide here, and I believe that he is with you right now as we speak. Could be over there, could be over there, wherever you are, feel him around you. In some cases it will be a female, but I believe you've got a man in spirit with you who was respected when he was on this side of life. Very respected. A lot of people liked him. A lot of people liked him because they liked him. A lot of people respected him because of what he did. He was a clever chap. You may know who I'm talking about, number 2. If not, you may have to ask somebody, some members of the family, if you've got any. I think there's an older man on this side of life that looks after you, like a father figure. I think you've got an amazing amount of psychic ability of your own, number 2, and you're not using it enough. And you need to use it more because you can help your friends. You won't use it for yourself much. But if you've got psychic ability, then use it, embrace it, love it, learn the tarot, and learn all the other stuff, runes and stuff as well. I think some of you are involved with legal disputes, number 2, or legal matters. That can be as simple as arguing over the neighbour's fence or the ground, or it could be legal stuff like signing mortgage papers, signing birth certificates for babies, signing marriage papers. This comes up in lots and lots of readings because it's quite common. We all go through legal stuff, don't we? I think the man on this side is looking after you is rather, what's the word I can think of? The old-fashioned type, the old school, wise person. What he says may not make sense in this day and age of technology and internet and all that, but this man is no fool. And if he's giving you advice or words of wisdom, number 2, you need to listen to it. Because in the old days, when he was younger, I think people paid this man for his wisdom. He could have been somebody like an expert, some kind of consultant in his field of work. And I don't really think it's a doctor, but it could have been. But when he was working, he was very sought after, and some people still seek him out now. And I don't think he lives far away from you in a lot of your cases. So watch out for psychic activity, number 2. Watch out for things popping up. And I think really, for a change, number 2, things are going to start to go right. And I do believe you're going to find real, true love. I'm not sure of the time frame. And I'm not going to make it up. I don't know, but I'm not sure of the time frame. But I think when the spirits have got it right and they're ready for you to do this, you will find real, true love. If you haven't already, you may already have found it. You may have said, well, you're wrong there because I've already got it. But it means that you may already have it. But then again, sometimes real, true love turns out not to be. As the time passes by, you realise that it wasn't right and you split up. And then you go, whatever did I see in that person? So it can work that way as well. But if other people say, what do you see in him? Take no notice, none of their business. But I think what you have here, number 2, is a promise from the universe. The word is out that you will find true love. I'm not getting who it is. I'm not going to make it up. But it's coming soon, and it's coming soon to a cinema near you, as they say. You're going to get what you deserve. You're going to get some karma, and your deserving karma is good. Now, that also means, of course, that if people have been bad to you earlier, when I mentioned you making all these sacrifices, they will have to have their karma as well. Nobody escapes karma, nobody. We all get it. If you don't think it's real, think again, because you will get karma. And if anyone's hurt you in the past, number 2, they're going to cop it soon. Once again, they get it threefold. So if they've hurt you, they get it back 3 times as bad. It's not intentional, it's not your fault, but that's what happens. You may never find out, but they will get it. And that's the way the universe is. The universe has to balance things out. It has to be balanced in all things, including us, mere mortals. So, number 2, you've got some good stuff here. Take notice of your psychic side. If you have psychic ability, you will have healing ability as well. You could learn healing routines or techniques. Listen to the older man on this side of life. Listen to your inner voices, because spirit is with you right now as we speak. And watch out for paperwork that you may need to be signing, legal stuff, or official. It doesn't have to be legal stuff, it can be official stuff like tax forms, that kind of thing. Let's take a look, number 2, at some oracle cards and see if they back up what I've picked up here. The first one looks like a fire car. I've got to use the spec for this. The eyes are going now. I hope not. Right, events are happening at a fast pace. Many things will happen at once, so you've got to be ready for this. Looks like some kind of a bonfire there. That's very unusual. Anyway, events are happening at a fast pace, so things are going to take off for you. As I said, I don't think it'll be long before you find your true love. I'm just not getting a picture of what he or she will look like yet. It may come. Many things will happen at once, so be ready. Just when you thought nothing was going on, number 2, you may wake up one morning, the phone's ringing, the doorbell's ringing, everything's going on at once. You're dropping your cup of tea on the floor. Everything seems to be going wrong. Doesn't all mean it's going wrong, but a lot of things are going to go on at once at the same time. And you'll think it's gone from the sublime to the ridiculous, from nothing happening or seeming to happen to lots of things taking off at once. This is heading you towards real true love. That's the title of this video. Let's take a look at this one's a water sign, a water card. Oh, very nice. A time-lapse picture of a waterfall, which I'm in trouble reading. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. There you are. This is your guidance, me. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. The guidance from me is through me from spirit. I only bring it forward. I'm just the medium. Like when you turn the radio on. The radio isn't in the room, it's the music. It's coming from the BBC in London or New York or wherever. But the radio in the corner is the medium. It brings to you the information. I'm just the medium here, number 2, and it's saying to me, your prayers will begin to manifest. Remain positive and follow your guidance. So follow what Spirit is saying to you here. Especially follow your intuition, because you have, as most people do, some psychic ability. Let's have a look at this one's a fire card. I don't get what that is. Some kind of fire. Let's have a look. See the light within yourself, and everyone else will too. That's good. Do you understand that? See the light within yourself, and then everybody else will. So you need to be confident. See the qualities you have. See the light in yourself. Be aware of yourself, number 2. Be aware of your qualities. You have them. You wouldn't be watching this otherwise. The spirits have guided you to watch this. So let's try one more, number 2. See if it matches all the rest of the stuff. Beautiful blossom. Are they blossom flowers? I think they are. You may know better than me. Not very good with plants, but they're lovely. The harder you climb, the better the view at the end. Your reward is coming. This is saying exactly what I've told you, that you've made an effort in your life, you've made sacrifices. The harder you climb, the better the view, and that's coming to you soon. Number 3, everything here looks very promising. One of the best readings I've seen actually for a while, and I hope that you found it interesting, number 2. The harder you climb, the better the view at the end, and it's going to be rewarding you for all you've done in the past. If you need a proper reading with me, number 2, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and I'll do a reading for you there on the phone from anywhere in the world. You can book it on the website. If I'm not free, one of the team that work for me on my website will help you. They're brilliant and I choose them, and they can't work for me if they're not the best. So my team are really good. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. Thank you for watching that. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click the thumbs up thing, the like button. Please ask me some questions below, because if you have anything to ask about this, I'll try and fulfill them in the comments down there somewhere they are, and share me with your friends. Once again, a special thank you for those watching alone. I do think about you, and it does mean a lot to me that you make the effort to watch these videos, especially if you're lonely as well. Thank you for that, number 2. Now we'll move on to number 3. Thank you for staying with me. If you chose number 3, this is for you. Will you ever find real, true love? Some of you may already have found it. You may just be watching this out of interest. Some of you may think you've found it, but you haven't. But this is a timeless reading, number 3, which means it doesn't matter when you find it. You'll find it when the spirits want you to find it. You could find it next year. If you found this reading today and chose this number, there will be a message in here for you somewhere. It won't all resonate with you. So take in what does and ignore what doesn't. Or have a reading off my channel. There's dozens of them on there. And my name's David Charles, International Psychic Medium. This is your pick a card reading. Will you ever find real, true love? I believe that you have been cheated on in the past, for a start off. I believe that some of you, number 3, are being cheated on now. Not all of you, don't get paranoid, it may not be you, but some of you, number 3, are being cheated on at this very moment, and some of you, number 3, unfortunately, are doing some of the cheating as well. So that's going on as well. I do believe that you will find true love, but I'm going to keep the best till the end. So stay with me. I always tell you the bad stuff first and the good stuff right at the end, and there is some great stuff here, number 3, I'll promise you. On a separate item here, you have links to a man who is quite wealthy, or linked to success. He could be a successful businessman, could be the bank manager. He's got something to do with success. It's written all over him. He's smart. Unlike most people these days, he seems to wear suits. Now, if you're a man, this could be a lady I'm picking up. So a person, man or woman, but most likely a man, is entering your life or is already in it. I don't think they're your soulmate. You may be in love with them, but real true love means that you get as much love back in as you are giving out, which is not always the case, but not often the case. Sometimes, a lot of time, one of you will give more out than the other, or give more than you're getting in. However, you're a patient person, number 3. You have the patience of a saint, but when it runs out, watch out, because you can be very, not fiery, what's the word I'm thinking of? Impulsive is the word. And you can just tell people that's it and finish it forever. And then sometimes wish you hadn't. That can involve friends as well as lovers. So you can be impulsive, number 3, some of you. But to begin with, you have real quality patience. You're good at waiting. You'll give everyone the last chance. You'll let them, you'll give them the benefit of the doubt. And you'll let them go so far, and then you will snap. Some of you, as I keep saying, it won't apply to all of you, but this reading indicates that you're quite good and very skillful at romances. However, there's something here indicating cheating or deceit in your love life. This may not be yet, number 3, but it's predicted, so be careful. When something's predicted by spirit in a reading like this, where you've been guided to find it, then there will be a reason for it. You've been guided to find this reading today. This could be 2019 or 2030 or 2020. Can't be 2019, can it? We've had that. Anyway, it could be any time. So you've been guided to find this reading by spirit, and you can have this reading anywhere, in the car, in your workplace, in your lunch hour on the beach, or even in the bath, as some people do, or in bed. But wherever you are having this reading, spirits have guided you to find it, number 3, and there will be messages here for you. That's dead cert. However, you've got to wait. The patience I mentioned, your lovely ability to be patient with people and things, is going to be needed because patience is required, as it feels at the moment that not much is going on romantically. You may already be in love, I've already said that, but it may not necessarily be the real true love that you're looking for. And I don't want to frighten you or anything like that, because I've got to keep saying it won't apply to all of you. You're probably sitting there saying, well, it's not me because I'm in love. But I've got to tell you why I get here. I've got to tell you the truth. Otherwise, there's no point doing this. Some of you are being cheated on, and some of you are being a bit naughty yourselves. I think a lot of you are finding love through your career, which is not always a good idea. Workmates don't often make good lovers. I don't mean sexual, I mean lovers, as in love, because they tend to be friends. But you may be the exception to that. Number 3, you may have found love because of your work. Maybe not at work. You might meet someone in the park when you have your dinner break when you're out of work. But because of your work, because of your work gets you to do, you may have found your true love if it's coming, or you may have found a lover, and if not, then you're going to. But patience is required because things may not go as quickly as you hope. We'll check the oracle card a bit, see if they back me up on this. Watch out for deceit, not just from lovers. Watch out that your friends are not winding you up or deceiving you or cheating you or leaving you to carry the baby. When something goes wrong, you may be the one that gets left holding the stick. However, let's tell you some of the good stuff, because it appears to me, number 3, that you're going to be made a romantic offer very soon, very soon. This could be weeks, could be months away, but it's not far away. It could be days away. Somebody is going to make you a romantic offer. Now, that can work the other way. It may be that you, number 3, are thinking of making a romantic gesture to someone else. It could be this person at work. It could be the person you meet because of your work in the local park at dinner time, or something like that. But you're thinking about making someone an offer. You could be in Central Park, New York. You could be in England on the beach. This is beautiful Devon, by the way, in England. Gorgeous place to live. Beautiful, not far from the sea. You can hear the sea here when it's windy sometimes. But this reading is only a general reading. If you want a full reading with me, number 3, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and I will do a reading for you. You can book it on there. And if I'm not free, one of my team that work for me will look after you, and they're brilliant because I choose them, and they've got to be good to get in my team. However, I've got to say again, a special welcome to you if you're watching this alone. I do care, especially if you're lonely. That really concerns me. So a good evening or day to you if you're alone. Now then, once your waiting expires and once you've waited long enough, I believe, number 3, that you are going to find real true love. That means that the love you give out will be returned, and you will be, if not already, you will be like a schoolgirl or a schoolboy with a crush. It will be the kind of love that overpowers you. When you hear the person's name, your hairs on your arms stand on end. You get a flutter in your heart. When you hear anyone with the same name, it stirs emotions in you because you're in love, real, true love. Doesn't matter how old you are, you could be 90. You could be 15. You shouldn't be watching this if you're 15. Anyway, you could be young. But love is coming, I believe, and it's coming soon, if it hasn't already arrived. And I believe this love will be true. I can't tell you exactly what they look like. I can say that the lover coming to you, number 3, is romantic, obviously, from the way I've described it. It's a person that likes to be in love. It's a person, number 3, that has been hurt in the past. This is a person who is fragile, which is suiting you because you've been hurt in the past as well, a lot of you. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your eyes, number 3. You've been hurt in the past. Some of you. Anyway, this person will be delicate that's coming your way. It won't be a person that wants to be hurt again. No matter how tough he is, if it's a man, he could be 6'10", built like a wrestler, but he's still got a soft heart inside. And I find them quite intriguing, people like that. Very interesting. This reading shows to me, number 3, that you, if you haven't already, will find true love soon. Real, true, lasting love. This could be a soulmate thing, and you could be together forever until death do you part, as they say. I don't see this person as a cheat. There is cheating going on around you in some cases that when you're already with someone, but if this is a new one I'm mentioning now, they're not going to cheat you, they're not going to deceive you, they are going to love you, they're going to put you on a pedestal. If you're a girl, you'll be like a princess to them. Don't take them for granted, because this is going to require a lot of effort from them. They've been hurt before, so for God's sake, don't hurt them again. And you will not want to be hurt again either. But if you're already with somebody, I've got to say, number 3, there may be cheating going on from you or to you. There may be some, I'm not picking up another woman, definitely, or another man, but it may mean that. Or it may mean that the person you're seeing isn't always telling the truth. And they may be deceiving you. And if you love them, you may never see it, because you can only see through the eyes of love. As Gene Pitney said in a song, remember that? Looking through the eyes of love. Right, let's get an oracle card for you, number 3, and see if it backs up what I've been saying all along. And I don't know what's on these have been shuffled. This is a water card, you see the word water there. It says here, allow your mind, body and soul to flow intuitively, okay? Allow your mind, body and soul to flow intuitively. What a beautiful picture, look at that water. Somebody's built one of those stone castles on the beach and the water's coming up to smash it up by the looks of it. Allow your mind, body and soul to flow intuitively. This means, as I said, number 3, you've got lots of patience. Allow your mind to flow. Go with the flow, what's coming through this reading. This reading is guided to you by Spirit. So things are happening. And I think a lot of you will like that card. A lot of you like water. A lot of you like the ocean. I think a lot of you will be very drawn to the sea a lot of the time and may end up living by there as well. This next one is a fire card. And it says here, because these are new to me, a lady who sent these for me, a very kind donor. You've come into your own, continue to move forward. So, it's saying to me that the patience you've had is paying off. You've come into your own soon, and you're going to move forward. You will continue to move forward. As I said, it means that not a lot's been happening, or that's how it feels. By the way, that's signified by this card here, as you may know very well. You've not felt like much is going on, but it is. Now you've come into your own, or you will soon. Continue to move forward, and move forward into this, what I believe will be real, true love. Let's take another one. It's another fire card, this. Not much a picture, is it, that one? Looks like a bonfire. Anyway, surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. Well, that's always a good thing anyway. Avoid negativity. The spirits are saying to you, number 3, avoid negativity in people. That means if you mix with negative people, and you can't always avoid it, you may work with them, but don't let their negativity flow into you. You've got to stay optimistic and positive. Otherwise, these negative people will bring you down. This comes up in lots of readings. Mixing with negativity, if you can avoid it anyway, is never a good thing. If people are negative, they may be your best friend or your brother or sister, but don't let their negativity interfere with your positive approach to life, because you have it. Number 3. Let's have one more. Air card. You know what that means, some of you? When you see a feather like that, I'm sure you do, it means an angel's around or has been around. The answer is near. You just need to look a little bit closer to home. This came up the other night, I think. The answer is near. Look a bit closer to home. It means, as we had in one of the earlier readings, that things are staring you in the face, number 3, and you're probably looking way beyond them and they're right in front of you. So the answer is nearer to what you think. It may be this new lover, as I said, could be linked to your work, and they may be right under your nose. but a new lover is coming. One more card from the Oracle, Earth card. Oh, that's a better picture. Look at that one. Looks like a sunset. Heal the critic in you. It's a heal the critic in your mind, and your body will grow stronger every day. Which means to me that you're forever criticizing yourself, and you need to heal the critic in your mind and allow yourself to grow stronger physically with every day that passes. So I think, number 3, you get the idea. The spirits have got you here to watch this because a new lover is coming, and that's a big deal. It's not just, let's go down the shops. A new lover is coming to you. If you haven't already got one, I've got to stress that some of you have already got it, but some of you are also being cheated, so watch it. You're in the category of one of these. You're being cheated, you're in love, and maybe one's giving more than the other, or a brand new, real, true lover is coming soon. And I believe it's a very beautiful reading. I hope you enjoyed that, number 3. Please subscribe to my channel. If you want a full reading with me, davidcharlespsychic.com. I'll read to you from anywhere in the world. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And do the thumbs up for me. Click the like button below. And please comment. Ask me questions. I'll answer them about this. If you've got any questions about this reading, put them down below, down there somewhere, and I'll answer them for you. I answer all of my comments. They're falling on the floor now. So, thank you very much for watching that, especially if you're alone. And I said if you're lonely, I do appreciate you making the effort to watch these videos. And please subscribe if you haven't. And click the bell icon and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So let's take a look now at number 4. If you chose number 4, this is for you. Will you find real, true love? There's children in this reading. Some of you have children. Some of you have partners who have children. Some of you are finding that the children are going to make you very, very happy. I'm going to tell you the very best stuff at the end, so stay with me. I'm going to tell you all the bad things first. You've got stress issues, number 4. It seems to be the modern thing these days. Everybody has stress issues at the moment, but yours, number 4, are too much. They're affecting everything about your life. The way you eat, the way you sleep, the way you drink maybe, sometimes the way you're smoking. But you've got to get your stress levels down, because I'll tell you now, number 4, there's a pregnancy in this reading. Doesn't mean that you're pregnant, but it certainly means that you can be soon. The spirits have got you to watch this video. It's timeless. You can watch it today or in 10 years. When you find this reading, number 4, it will be because the spirits wanted you to find it and they've made you choose this number. So there will be a message in here for you somewhere, number 4. It won't all resonate with you, but there will be a message in here, and I'm keeping the best till the end, so stay with me. Some of you are moving house. Now that may involve moving house with a real, true lover. For the first time tonight, I believe that some of you, not all of you, but some of you, number 4, have already found real, true love. A soulmate, big word, often misused, often misunderstood. Soulmates, number 4, are very rare. Everyone thinks they're with their soulmate, but your soulmate can be your sister or your brother or your friend. But this one, I think a lot of you, number 4, are with your soulmate or your real, true love now as we speak. The rest of you may never find it, I'm afraid. I'm not going to tell you fibs. I think you're going to have love affairs, probably lots of them. Like in most readings, some of you, number 4, have been hurt before, and you're still reeling from that. Some of you have been hurt recently. Has somebody been hurting you romantically recently? Some of you, number 4, have been hurt by friends as well, and family, so you're a bit fed up with that. However, let me tell you the positives. I believe that you're considering giving up a lover at the moment, some of you. It doesn't mean that you will, but you're thinking about it. Some of you are considering giving up something that is giving you pressure. As I mentioned, the high levels of stress. And you may need to walk away from a situation, and reluctantly, because I don't think you want to do it. Some of you are thinking of new work, which may be linked to a new lover as well. Some of you, number 4, are travelling soon, very soon. Some of you are entering a faster pace of living, so your stress levels have got to be watched carefully, because things are about to take off, number 4. especially around your earthly life. That's not your love life, it's your earthly life, the way you earn your living and the way you buy food for the family or the kids or whatever. Your earthly life is about to speed up, so hold on tight. You're entering the fast lane, number 4. Complications in this reading, number 4, because although we've got kids here, if not now, soon, a possible pregnancy, we also have, I daren't tell you, someone from the past may be trying to win you back. An old lover may be coming back, an old flame. Now this is common these days because people are meeting up again on Facebook and things like that, social media. And almost every time, and I talk to thousands of people, almost every time they end in disaster. So if you're going back to an old flame and deceiving the one you're with now, you're going to be in big trouble and big regret. So don't do it. That's my advice. If an old lover turns up, remember you had him once or her and it didn't work because you split up. So why on earth would it work now? Because you've both been with other people probably. You both moved on. You've done new things. You've got new interests. So to go back to an ex-lover, as I say almost every day, would not be a good thing for you. Because this ex-lover may be bringing gifts. Sounds like the 3 wise men. But the ex-lover may bring something for you, a gift. It could be a box of chocolates, it could be a wedding ring. I hope it isn't, but it could be something quite nice. But if the gifts are changing hands, you may be giving him or her gifts as well. You can give them what you want, but don't fall in love with them, because this is not the person you want. If you're looking for a new lover, it will come soon. But as I said, a lot of you are already with your true soulmate. The rest of you are going to have love affairs, but I don't think you're going to meet your soulmate if you haven't done already by now. Don't worry too much about that. You can still give love and get some back. You just may not be like Heathcliff and Cathy from Wuthering Heights. You may not be like Cinderella and the Prince, but love can still be good fun, even if it's not as intense as you'd like it to be. You're thinking of walking away from something, your life is speeding up. You could be pregnant soon if you're a girl. You could be pregnant already if you're a girl. There's a pregnancy in the reading, there's fertility in the reading, which means things are growing, number 4. Things are taking off, things are speeding up. It's a very, very busy reading. However, I can tell you now, this reading does not show unhappiness, but it doesn't show all that much happiness either, unless you've got children. If there's children involved with you or your partner, or the connection you're thinking of, then I think happiness will come soon, if it hasn't already. The rest of you may be a bit sort of mediocre, not unhappy, but not as happy as you could be. Something feels missing. It's not going to stay like that. As I said, things are speeding up, number 4. So get ready, be ready, because it could happen tomorrow morning. It's going to happen soon. You're going to hit the fast lane. You better be ready. What they say, hit the ground running, because that's going to happen. But stay cool. You've got to stay cool, number 4. Remember the Fonz? Whoa, stay cool. Calm down. Do not let stress ruin everything. Don't let stress make you eat too much or drink too much beer or wine. Don't make stress make you smoke. Don't let stress get any worse, because it's too high now for some of you. So I think a lot of you have found real true love. The rest of you are going to have lovers in the future. No question about that. You've got to be careful you don't get hurt. You don't want that again either. But I don't necessarily think you're going to be like Romeo and Juliet. As I always say, they both got killed, didn't they? So don't worry about that too much. Let's take a look at some oracle cards. These have been shuffled. I want to see if they back up what I've said. If you want a full reading with me on the telephone, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and you can book me on there. And if I'm not free, one of the team that work for me will help you, and they're very good because I pick them, and they can't get in my team if they're not the best. I only have the elite in my psychic team. Now, let's have a look at these. This is an air card. So I've got to read these. I'm going to use my bike for this. Right. Once you acknowledge your self-worth, your confidence will soar. This is telling me, number 4, that your self-confidence has taken a knock in the past. And once you take a look at yourself, once you acknowledge your self-worth, I should say, your confidence will soar, and it's bound to. And you need to look in the mirror in the mornings when you're having a shave or putting your makeup on, or both. You need to look in the mirror and see someone there that you love. And I'm not exaggerating. If you don't love yourself, number 4, how can you expect anyone else to love you? So you need to have love for yourself. I can see by your eyes that you struggle with that. I'm looking right into your eyes, number 4. You need to love yourself. And that you need to have confidence in yourself. You need to have respect in yourself. And once you lower your stress levels, this will fall into place. You heard it here first. It's going to get better. So you're glad you stayed to the end now. Let's have a look at another one. This is an air card. Looks like a picture of heaven, doesn't it? This card says to me, commit to being who you want to be and the rest will follow. That's exactly pointing to what I've said to you. Commit to being who you want to be. You may be thinking about walking away from things. Whatever you do, commit to it. Don't do it half and half. If you make a decision, don't think I'll do it next year. Do it now. Stick to it. And your confidence will follow. Everything will follow. Commit to being who you want to be and the rest will follow. I'm sure you understand that, number 4. A lot of you will know exactly what that means. Another one, a water card. Oh, that's good. A sailing ship. Looks like pirates are coming to Devon today. Right. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. Now there you have the Ace of Wands. Excuse me. Which means exactly that. New beginnings. And it can mean pregnancies. So I say again, it's time to let go of the old and the worn out so that the new can come in. Let go of the past and you'll let go of the stress, number 4. That's a promise. Let go of things that are weighing you down. You're not to walk around with a ball and chain around your ankle or an anchor around your ankle. You need to let go of things that are dragging you back. You need to do it now. One more, number 4. Fire card. Looks like a flower on fire, look. Good old Photoshop. There's news of an exciting new endeavour. Use your ingenuity. That card comes out so much. News of an exciting new endeavour. Use your ingenuity. You're clever. Remember, love yourself, respect yourself, remember your ingenuity. You're clever, number 4. I think you have here a very promising reading, and I really believe that it should be something to look forward to. I hope you've enjoyed that, number 4. Please comment below, because I'll answer your questions. If you don't understand any of this, ask me below, down there somewhere, and I answer all of my questions. Please click the like thing for me, the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and you'll see that I bring out videos normally every 2 days, every other day. And click the bell icon, you won't miss any then. Don't forget, if you want a reading with me on the phone from anywhere in the world, it's davidcharlespsychic.com. If I'm not free, one of my team will help you, and they're the best because I choose them and I only have the best. And what else can I say? Thank you for watching. If you're lonely or alone, that means a lot to me, and I hope you'll watch me again and subscribe. And I'm going to say thank you to all of you for putting up with me tonight, for coming into my home in lovely North Devon in England. And I'll say goodbye now, and remember my motto: think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you will be loved. And I love every one of you. See you soon. Catch you later. Bye-bye.